right, Shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Kaparash. Double honors unto my apostles and others of great millstone. Peace and safety to all the sincere Akium, as I have Christians running true. Shalom. All right, and we'll do this quick lesson. It's not gonna be it's gonna be a very quick one. Um, as the title of this video says, made a spectacle unto the world. And I saw a post earlier on Twitter. It's on this phone. I'm on my another phone reading the scriptures, but basically roughly paraphrasing it. Someone was making mockery and saying how the black woman goes through so much already in life. Imagine blah 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 coming home and your man talking about he's a black Israelite or whatever. And of course in the comments it's kiki, haha, laughter, this, that, and the third. And me personally, that type of stuff it doesn't offend me. After a while of this, and that's another reason for doing this real quick too, is that there's a lot of people that are newly waking up to this word and waking up to the understanding of the scriptures. And sometimes in a sense you're naked. You're taking off the covering of the world and you're putting on a new covering, and it feels awkward. But don't let the as the scripture say. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get that. That's a good scripture. Give me 1 second. We're gonna go to Romans 3:3, and it reads, "For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai without effect?" And that's a question. You're going to meet, no matter at what point of your walk or coming into the understanding of these scriptures, you're going to meet way more people that don't believe what you believe than believe the same as you. Okay, I've known of as an Israelite for a while now, and it's a huge difference. Okay, for every one or two Israelite men that you meet, it's thousands of Israelite men that aren't in the spirit. Okay, so you should come into this walk with the understanding already of, people aren't going to believe the same. Most people are going to be unbelievers. So your belief shouldn't be based off of the next person's belief. Okay, now it says, God forbid, yea, let Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy saying, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. Because that's what it's all about. Our own people can't judge us. Scriptures say that we are judged of no man. These Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that aren't in the spirit of the Lord, they have no dog in that race, or however the saying goes, or however you want to say it. There's nothing they can say to us. We are set up to judge them. They're not set up to judge us. That's the difference, and that's something that our people have never ever comprehended, and to expect them to comprehend it today is foolish on our parts. We have the scriptures and we have the understanding to understand what kind of people that we're dealing with. Okay, now I want to get something. I got a few scriptures in my head, but I want to get this first scripture, this next scripture that I thought I was going to open with. This is 1 Corinthians 4:9, and it says, "For I think that Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai has set forth us, the apostles, last." And in the spirit, that's what it is. This thing is over with. There's nothing left. There's the black conscious community is it's it's basically in the grave. You know, nobody's checking for that. You know, you know, Polite is trying to teach Negroes how to get their credit right, and so on and so forth. That he don't give a fuck about enlightening the people no more. Where is our people going? That's why this tweet is it's not doesn't bother me, but it gives me an eye a feeling. It gives me a point through the spirit to point out that there's nothing else left on the planet Earth for our people to go and hide and put a covering on. You know, Christianity, the world's largest religion, has been losing members weekly. Okay, people week I should say daily. Daily people are waking up to the fact that Christianity is not based in the Bible. Okay, that's where we're at with this. Islam is same thing with Islam. Same thing with all these religions, witchcraft and all of this extra shit. Egyptology, going back to Africa, whatever you want to name it and call it. Our people have attempted it and realized that it's failed. Okay, so the Lord said He set forth us, the apostles, starting with our, the apostles and elders and the men that's been teaching on our highways and byways, going back to the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and so on and so forth. Those men, starting with really the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, we're just trying to just keep it, in the spirit of whoever's teaching, but calling it what it is, are being set forth last. The ones with the answers, the ones with the right knowledge to bring forth change in this place through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, ushering in Yahweh Shai's kingdom, because that's what it's all about. There's nothing else left. Okay? It says, as it was appointed to death. Again, niggas has been put hands on us and want to beat on us and kill us. Some of us have been killed, and but that's just been moments. This thing is going to elevate to another point too, where these niggas is going to want to really kill us. They're going to be angry at the message of which we are bringing. We're living in a time now. See, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, our people had some moral compass about them. They had something that was governing them. Think about in just a 10-year span of myself knowing that I'm an Israelite, 10 years plus, right? But 10 years, let's say this last decade. Going into the last decade, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, but specifically the Negro tribes, was still heavily going to church, right? That's not so no more. We're living in a time now where these kids and these children under the age of 16, they ain't been in no church. And I'm not speaking on this from an element of the church is right, or the church is wicked. But what I'm speaking to is that even within that, there was an element of respect that was required, a dress code, a conduct, and now you got 10 years later, the average nigga has no rule of conduct. Okay, so now we're entering into a time now where the only thing left is for them to receive this rebuke through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai before these missiles come, and these niggas ain't about to try to hear it. These niggas is dark. All right, these niggas out here are dark. They're evil. They're stiff-necked. They're the worst. So imagine in the midst of all of this, that's why they're scoffing at it already. The scriptures say in the last days that there should be scoffers. This is what I'm saying. It's nothing really, it's all prophecy and prophetic. But for, like I say, reiterating an earlier point, for anybody that's relatively new to this, don't fall weak to the opinions of fools that are marked for death. That's part of our walk, is to basically stand firm and being rooted and established in Mashiach Yahweh Shai, right, for what's to come. See, real persecution is about to come. Real hate is about to come. Real reviling us, that's about to come. It's about to come in bigger doses because why? The fruit is about to come in bigger dosages as well. Okay? Let's finish this First Corinthians off. First Corinthians 4 and 9. Reading on, it says, "For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to the angels, and to men." So this is going to be on as it is right now and going to gain more traction. This is becoming the breaking news story. This is the hottest subject matter. There's nothing else to talk about. How much can you, okay, as great as the internet made Kevin Samuels to be, ain't nobody really talking about him like that, you know? And I'm not saying that from a disrespectful position. I'm saying that to say that we live in a time now where things is moving so fast. The scriptures say in Daniel's the 12th chapter that the Lord would increase knowledge. The scriptures also say in the book of Matthew that the Lord would speed up the days. So things is moving at such a fast pace that there's not much to talk about. We don't care about Drake's album already. We don't care about it already. It came out, Drake and 21 Savage album, cool. Let's go to the next thing. We don't care about basketball. Nobody cares about LeBron James passing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's scoring title. Nobody cares. We are burned out by American culture. But this subject matter is organic and it's a good talking point. Everybody loves a good talking point in America. So this is a spectacle. People are going to start having questions, having rebuttals, arguments, emotions are going to run high, you know. But again, it's all part of the show. It's part of that great multitude coming in. So we have to be understanding of all of it. Why is it happening? Why is it scoffing? Scoffing is going to increase. We live in a more the social media is quicker. You understand? It's quicker. It's more it's more of a feed. People are always looking for things to throw on the feed. That's why the scriptures say speaking against governments and dignities, not knowing, you know, that their own corruption. A lot of people are about to corrupt themselves and not having the senses to take a second and listen and hear. Like you had this dumbass black bitch, let me say it just like that, Azalea Banks. I saw a picture of her talking about it's stupid for I'm tired of seeing my black men talking about their Israelites and Jewish and this, that, and the third, and you know, they have no historical or scientific facts and this, that, and the third. And it's just like, for one, we're defenders of the gospel, so you're gonna feel something. But for one, who the fuck is her to listen to? Who is she to listen to? This is somebody that if you asked me to name one of her songs, I couldn't, and I'm pretty sure most of the people that'll be watching this couldn't either. They're probably like, who the hell is Azalea Banks? So it's like, who the fuck are these people's opinions? Number one, that's number one, and number two, who the fuck are these people's to have opinions, man? It's just that simple. We don't care. Nobody cares. Okay, but it's creating an element of people having the conversation. People are so addicted to wanting to be a part of the algorithm of the internet that they're creating an avalanche. Just like the other day, the word Hebrew was trending on Twitter. Okay, there's nothing else to talk about. Niggas ain't arguing about is the black man the original man? Is the black man the Egyptian? Is the black... Nobody fucking cares about that because it's all bullshit. But this conversation, all right, who are the Jews? The world will find out. Because the world wants to know. So the scriptures say that we are made a spectacle. It's theatrics, it's theater. Okay? This is the main event. There's all this other shit leading up to it was just that. It was all undercards. But the main event is Jacob and Esau, mainly the elective Jacob and the elective Esau locking horns. Okay? And it ain't gonna be no real fight. All right? You niggas gonna get your way a little bit. All right? But the Lord going over the overall, the Israel is going to prevail. All right, because we have a power. You're a bastard. You don't have a power. As the scriptures say, a bastard dwelleth in Ashkelon. Okay. Reading on, it says, verse 10, and it says, we are fools for Mashiach Yahushai's sake. Yes, this looks foolish. We get mocked. We get laughed at. We get ridiculed. You know, all of these different things just because of what we believe. But never once has anybody ever went to these rabbis and said, hey, prove it. Prove you're the Jews. Prove it the same attitude of which you give to us, give it to them. Prove you're through historical facts. Prove through biblical facts that you are the people of the Bible. Ask these same Jewish people that. But you can't because you're afraid of them. You worship them. You look up to them. We don't, because we have the historical and the biblical things. Ask them about Egypt. Show archaeology and points to prove that these people that you see in the land of Israel right now with these black coats and these hats, these were the people that built the pyramids and that was serving slavery in the time of Egypt. Read Exodus, the 4th chapter, where Moses put his hand in his bosom. Now, one of these Jewish men put their hand in their bosom and it came out white, it would come out the same color. But if I put my hand, if I did this right now and it came out and it was white, you'd be like, oh shit. You'd be screen recording the whole nine. That's something miracle. That's miraculous. To put your hand in your shirt, like if I just did this and it was, come on now. But ask them that. Ask these rabbis that. Okay? Ask them. Prove, they need to prove it. Show me it. Because we don't believe it. So prove it. Scripture say prove all things. Okay? Now it says, but ye are wise in Mashiach Yahushua. See, our foolishness is where we gain our wisdom at. Because we understand that this place is going to be destroyed through the scriptures. So us looking foolish to the world is worth it. Because why? I'm not trying to eat a missile. I'm not trying to starve when the famine comes. I'm not trying to get caught up in these pestilence. See, through the spirit, while the world was shaking in the boots behind these pestilence, for the most part, we weren't even really affected by it. Okay? Some people were affected by it. I'm not going to be arrogant and act like that, but not the way of this world. Some families got knocked off behind that C-19. Some people, and again, it's not just about that, but nevertheless, we're still here and we're still kicking, still pushing the word. Nothing stopped the word. All right? So we gained our wisdom actually by having faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So even though we look foolish, even though people think we're wearing dresses, even though they think we're bums, even though they think all these things, we're wise in the eyes of the Lord. So that's all that matters. Because what is it to be in line with these fucking assholes out here? These people are retards. It's straight like that. They're retards. So you think I care about the opinions of these people? Half the time I don't even see these people, man. I walk through this world with such a tunnel vision. I don't even see people. I don't even see women. I don't see men. I just go through the world because these people don't exist really. Now, when you come in my world of like, oh, hey, then I snap into it and I'll talk to you. But for the most part, I don't care. So some random person saying something randomly about us, you don't know me. You don't even know these things to be talking about it. But you're talking to probably more than likely as a black woman. So you're talking against your own culture. But the scriptures say these are no people, man. We're seeing it in full effect of how wicked the nation of Israel is, how rebellious the nation of Israel is, how stiff-necked the nation of Israel is. We're seeing these things. As the Lord said, they're not listening to us. See, that's the thing, you're not laughing at me. You're not listening to me, because who the fuck am I, right? You're not listening to your power, and that's a different battle. Scriptures say it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. And the majority of people, 2/3 in this land here in Babylon, are going to fall into the hands of the living power. And there's nothing we could do about it. But to the sincere people, don't fall weak to the opinions of the vain generation that was born to perish. It's the talking. We always hear about the walking dead. Well, it's the other part of it too. They're also the talking dead. All they have is words. That's all it is. It's chitter chatter. Okay. Now it says we are weak, but we are strong. So here it is to the world again. Oh, what the fuck? They think they're making change. Satan, man. All right, have changed the dynamics. Okay, when in 2008, 2009, 2010, man, Jake wasn't really wearing beards like that. Okay, when I was wearing a beard then, I remember people getting scoffed at my job behind fucking people, man. Oh, why you wearing that beard? Yeah, beard. Now bitches love beards. Now niggas is beard gang. But it's nothing to scoff at. It's just showing you that the changes of the world and how a lot of people don't even accredit these changes to where they come from. These changes came from through the spirit, the Israelites, man. All this black men wearing turbans and head wraps, black women wearing head wraps. It's a difference in that African way of wearing head wraps. I give the sisters that credit. The sisters have really changed even how women wrap their fucking heads. You can tell the difference between the Israelite head wrap, a Hebrew head wrap, and a fucking, Mother Africa head wrap, man. It's a big difference. All right, but just as much as there's a big difference between the way a woman that's in Islam wears her head wraps, you can see it. Okay, that's the Israelite influence. It's an influence. It's change. It's a culture. The Stones, niggas wasn't in the Stones 10 plus years ago. Oh, I got this. This rose quartz. It's good for this. And, I got the copper. Niggas was not doing this 10, 15 years ago. Okay? Look at the culture of how it's changed because of the spectacle of the Israelites. But we look weak. We look very weak. Two guys. Some cities and states is one man. Some places 5 men. Some places 10 men. These aren't big numbers. 20 men. So what? A camp may have 100 men. These are small numbers. Okay? So what? That looks weak to the people. Oh, man, what the fuck? I ain't with that shit, man. Y'all believe in strength in numbers, but you don't have faith in the scriptures, man. Go read Judges, the 7th chapter. All right? Reading on. It says, ye are honorable, but we are despised. And we're despised. We're doing something so honorable in the spirit that we're pushing out to our people who they truly are. Who their enemy is, who our God is, what his name is. We're giving you jewels, but we're despised. That's why in the kingdom of heaven, a lot of you're gonna have your head down, man. All right, a lot of men and women are gonna have their head down in the kingdom of heaven because you had no parts in the building and establishment of the kingdom of heaven. You were trying to stop it. A lot of you are going to have your head down because of your fucked up ways, man. By just not even considering. What else do you fucking have, man? And I'm going to close up here in a second. What else do you have? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But don't get me wrong. Like I say, hey, it is what it is. The scriptures let us know only a remnant, a small remnant of all the tribes are coming back. The rest of you are going to perish in your wickedness. All right, you gotta go get clean in the spirit world and be born back in the kingdom of heaven. But you ain't gonna come through this way because you're just too filthy. You don't even want to attempt to clean up. You're like that dirty ass Iranian man that ain't washed in 60, 70 years. That's y'all in the spirit, man. That's you niggas and nigga women, man. You just are filthy, filthy creatures. You move through this world with filthy attitudes, filthy habits, filthy thoughts, and you don't even want to change. So the water Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, that we all don't gotta get right, man. Because if we all had to get right, man, Esau would just annihilate us. Esau would, but the water Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is a remnant. The water Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai for being a honest power and keeping his promises with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, not Abraham, Isaac, and Esau. Okay, and that's all we can do is just stay faithful. Stay faithful no matter what. They're gonna try, man. They're gonna try to shame us, man. But you can't bring shame to somebody that's already shamed. What's more shameful than being a fucking slave in America? That's where we're at. You think you're gonna shame me for what? What? My hairline? Because I'm balding? Because my teeth might not be the whitest? Because I might not have the most. What are you gonna shame me on? My belief? I live in a country where you can outwardly believe in Satan. Matter of fact, I live in a country where you could be a man with a rod down your leg and believe you a fucking woman. You think I give a fuck about the opinions? And this is how how everybody should feel, how I should feel even more. Who the fuck are these people that have an opinion on me? You niggas live 8, 9, 10 people in one home out of a suitcase. You niggas are barely eating. Nobody loves you. I'm just talking shit, but in the spirit of it, who the fuck are these people that have an opinion? If you were blessed to understand these scriptures, fuck these people's opinions, man. All right, so with that, I'm gonna give all the glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. And until next time, Shalom.